let's talk about my most anticipated film, potentially of the year, definitely of the Venice Film Festival, which was the latest from Park Chan-wook. No Other Choice comes in at a runtime of around 2 hours and 19 minutes. Of course, a South Korean film, an adaptation of the novel from 1997 called The Axe, an American novel that has been adapted before.
In 2005.
Also, I think in 2005, I think that was like Mexico, Spain or something like that.
A French movie, I thought.
Oh, French?
Yeah.
I got my countries mixed up. All Europe, all the same. But the original novel is from Donald E. Westlake. Park Chan-wook states in the director's synopsis, he read and identified with the protagonist a lot, like someone who sees nothing but the sort of paper manufacturing job as his entire life. Whether like the world acknowledges that like that should be his whole life, that is, you know, in question, and he feels the same about like filmmaking. The synopsis for the film is pretty bleak for a film that I think like how nuanced it gets, but that's just what you can expect from Park Chan-wook, I guess, because it reads, after being laid off by his company, a man devises a unique plan to secure a new job, eliminate his competition, and with that he means like literally eliminate them. I got a lot to say about this, so I just want to throw it to you first, Kevin. What do you got to say about No Other Choice?
Quickly looked it up. The other movie is The Axe, also known as Le Couperet, and was directed by Costa Gavras, who also did Z, Missing, State of Siege. So no, another very prestigious director that took on this project. But now we have No Other Choice. Funnily enough, I asked you after this movie, because you actually read the book, not fully yet, but you did read a lot of it. How much did Park Chan-wook this movie, this source material at least? And your answer was very different, because I believe you said to me there isn't really a family perspective in this movie, or in the source material compared to the movie.
Yeah.
You said it's also
not as much,
darker in the book, in the sense of you're very much in his headspace, and you here in the movie you have a lot more back and forth between his victims. I mean, you also said it's pretty repetitive, because like in the book he's just killing people, and in the movie he puts out an ad, and like he actually had a full-on paper bundle that is probably this thick of all of his competitors in the field, and he only takes out, I believe, he takes out 5 of them, and it's like, I'm better than these 2, but these 3 are better than me. So already it is very dark humor, because it's like, oh, those 2, I'm better than them. So it's already a very narcissistic person, obviously. But he does care about his family. If he doesn't get a job, the dogs may be gone, and you want the dogs to be back to the children, and
you don't have that. It's also like funny with the names that the like.
Oh yeah, it's like
thing 1 and 2.
Son 1 and 2.
Well, I do have to correct a couple of things about the novel. The thing is, it starts off with him killing someone.
Oh yeah,
and it shows that at relative ease. That like, it's about like how easy that was the first time around, and in his mind, if it stays easy, simple, he can like survey someone, they come out at him, he has the opportunity to kill someone, move past, and no one like knows it's him, then that's clean, that's what he wants to go for. And then later on it becomes about like, oh, if it gets messy, what does that do with me? Like, I don't want to, like, he doesn't want to live under that reality. In this film, it is way more about like, obviously he's not a like, you know, born killer, he's ready to do it. So it gets really messy. It's like, and there's a comedy in it, there's a tragedy in it, and there's this sort of conviction that he has no other choice. Multiple characters have that when they are provided with so many other choices, but in their mind, like, there's nothing else, and you are confronted with it once you think it over a bit more, but we are never given like a different perspective on it.
I guess we should talk about the first kill scene, right? Because that scene is a pretty masterful scene on its own. The people literally clap. It doesn't happen very often in the press screening that people are clapping for like a scene. Some people clap for a stupid joke. Those mostly happen in Italian movies, and we are like, what the fuck is going on? But like, that sequence alone did deserve a standing ovation, or at least, you know, an applause. Not a standing ovation, but an applause. If there's a line, a scene that encapsulates the movie perfectly, I'm like, I see you. And like, that line was, we used to enjoy taking a drink or a beer with our colleagues or family. And so it definitely also is a tale about loneliness, about how we are, we live in a time where we're supposed to be so against each other that we're not really connecting to anyone anymore. And that's probably my favorite message of the movie. And it hammers the point home at the end when he... That too much? That spoiler?
That is definitely a spoiler.
Oh. You can bleep me. Honestly, don't edit it out. Just bleep me.
Well, I wanted to talk about that aspect of the ending as well without like giving too much away.
Right. You can still bleep me.
Okay, I guess I'll do that. But what is clear about this film is that it has that sort of thriller aspect of like guy who has to lay off, or kill his competition to get what he wants. The thing is, like, are we watching a maniac that is like fighting for his existence, and you're like, why are you so delusional? Just get a different job, just get a different, do something different other than literally killing your competition. And in similar ways to like Bugonia, you also are at a point of like, is it justified? Is there actual real danger we have like following this character along on? By the end of it, that sort of desperation, to me at least, you can definitely arrive at a different point, was sort of justified by the logic of like the movie and how it ends on. I was like, Jesus Christ. It's really dark and bleak, and it's not that far off from reality. Obviously that someone would go out and kill this competition, pretty unlikely. That's crazy. But that sort of frustration and I don't know, the desperation in the lack of like job security in like the coming years with AI and everything, that is so real. The frequent layoffs that the big companies have that uphold like the whole like worldwide stock market, and they keep firing people, less people in the workforce to go around to actually have a job. I think it taps into like some real frustrations that people have, and it perfectly like kind of weaves them into the story. That I don't know how much it like goes off from the novel later on, because I'm still like not even I think like halfway or somewhere there, not that very far into the novel. And then cinematically, I think we haven't said it yet. There's no one better than Park Chan-wook. There are the Nolans and the Denis Villeneuve who can craft these like great like frames and scenes and worlds sometimes.
But in terms of transitions,
he's I mean, TikTok must love him. Also, transitions that sometimes I'm like, huh? Like, that was a bit random. But sometimes they're like I think Decision to Leave was a film that was so dense.
Yeah.
And this one, I think I watched the review that the Oscar expert and with Oscar expert and Brother Bro, like Justin and Cole, and I think it was Justin who said it felt like this is finally there at the speed where you can still perceive what's going on, but it's still so fast moving. The way that he like paces a guy who's like staking out someone's home, and there is like literally, I do not overemphasize, there is no dull moment in this movie.
No.
That is so impressive, because you have like thematic richness, you have a cool narrative, you have a like compelling characters, you have two dogs that disappear. Do they come back? What more do you want out of a movie?
We haven't even talked about Lee Byung-hun, who does a fantastic job. Again, in those sequences where he both is terrified, where he both is angry, he does it all. He actually had a massive range of emotions that his character has. It's not like he's, this very one-note person and just, goes from this emotion instantly to that emotion. Like, he very much feels all of them, which is, the human condition in the search for a job. You feel it all. For me, at this stage, he would be on my voting ballot for the top 5 performances of the year. But will it happen?
Unlikely. I think there's a fair shot that like no other choice is in there for this picture. Even, not just international.
It is Neon, right? That has the US.
It is. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it is Neon. Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully, he was robbed last time with Decision to Leave. Hopefully, some more recognition. It's also a bit more of like a universal topic that I think is, like I said, like ringing home way too much for a lot of people. Again, pace, editing, cinematography, performances, story. I just was expecting maybe something a tad bit more. Like, I wanted to push it over to. We're gonna get to our ratings now. Like a 10 out of 10, like a perfect movie. I would have needed a slight bit more of like emotional engagement. when I felt like it was more like a commentary in a way, on the world, than it was like a deeply personal like character study.
On the world or like in South Korea?
On the world overall, I think. Not just South Korea. I don't think like there's many South Korean specific things in this movie. That's why like they didn't change the industry. It was the paper industry in the novel, and it's the paper industry in this in this movie. But yeah, rating wise, again, one of the best of the festival. I gave this one a 9 out of 10. What about you, Kev?
And I gave it a 9 out of 10 as well. Hey, we both agree.
Let's go.
And our jury grid gave it a 4.12 out of 5, which obviously makes it one of the highest rated movies of our jury grid.
One of the few that has like over a 4 point like rating.
Like positive across the board, and hopefully it'll be soon on a screen near you. It has been selected for a wide release in the US in 2026. So I don't know how the international rollout will look like, but hopefully everyone can see it as soon as possible, because you do need to watch it as soon as possible.
Yes, it will have a limited release in the States to qualify for the Oscars, but that's probably only LA, New York, and Chicago, or some other markets.
Well, Chan-wook, you are a god.
You are a god, yeah. I checked the release date for Switzerland is the 2nd of February, so I think that's like January, February for most other places. Unfortunately, you do have to wait for it a bit, which means you can have it on your 2026 best of list,